So, Lori, how you doing? It's been a long day. So, Dominic, how you doing, baby? What's up, Vanessa? Hello. The usual suspects. Dominic, I'm so dead. You have followed me for so many years. It's nice to see you. What's up, Enigma? I got a notification. Yes. Oh my God, finally. That pisses me off. How you guys doing? Welcome, I would say, to all signs, but I'm not doing all signs. I am working on my private tarot lessons right now because people keep asking me, and so I might as well just do it. So I'm actually working on that on Canva right now, believe it or not. Whoops, did not mean to do that. What just happened? The chat just disappear? How do I get it back? Oh no. Oh no, how do I get my chat back? Oh no. Wait, come back. Okay, there we go. Oh, thank God. What is going on? What's up, Barbie? It's nice to see you guys. Just listened to some music, stared at the moon. What did you listen to? Isn't that like the best though, honestly? It is the best fucking vibe. I love that so much. Like, and it's really weird, and I swear I'll blame astrology for everything, but sometimes I really think like back when I was just a live streamer, back when I was just a live streamer, I used to stream in my car a lot. And I always felt more comfortable like in my car. And I don't know why this made me think of this, Vanessa, but I always felt more comfortable streaming in my car. And so like I would always make the best money when I was in my car. And I don't know what it was. I don't know if it was just because I was in this little compact thing, but I used to think, okay, well, since the moon rules my third house of like vehicles and the moon is about comfort and the moon is in my first house, is that like part of the reason? I don't know. I just always thought that was kind of interesting. Are you a Canva pro? I'm pretty good at Canva. Yeah, I would say I'm pretty good at Canva. I've been using it for many years. It's a song very beautiful about soulmates, past lives. Ugh, I didn't want to think about it. I feel like I've had so many past lives, honestly. Do you guys believe in past lives? I don't know. But yeah, you guys, I am going to be just kind of chilling here. I'm talking with you guys. I wanted to show up on a Tuesday. I am taking the super chat questions. If you guys do have questions, I got it. I have no problem answering them whatsoever. Otherwise, I'm just sitting here and I am working on my tarot lessons and talking to you guys, which should be easy enough, right? Astrologically, are you more suited for dating men or women? Literally never even thought about looking at that in my life. Never thought about that. I think that just in general, not really talking about astrologically, but I think with men, I really want always wanted a man that is stronger than me emotionally, mentally. But it's very hard for me to find that. And it's hard for me to attract a very mature man. I don't know if like all women feel this way. And because I feel like I've had to fight my whole life in a lot of ways. So when I'm with a woman, I feel like I have to be in my masculine energy. I feel like I'm the protector, but I've been having to protect myself my entire life. And so I get kind of tired of doing that. And so while I love women and I have enjoyed being with them, I find it hard to find the kind of woman that I find physically appealing and is also, you know, masculine in that right. Do you know what I'm saying? Like someone who looks like me or is kind of looks feminine but has a masculine approach. I don't know if that makes sense. Never even thought about looking at that though in my chart. I'm too afraid to look at that, honestly. I don't think I would want to. I don't think I want to. I don't want to look at that right now. I think I got bigger fish to fry. So, Geek Easy, I never see you in the all signs. I only see you in like the chit chats. What's up with that? The Moon Gives Comfort. When I heard that song a few weeks ago, I just listened to it on repeat. It's very beautiful. What is it called? Okay, let's see. We have the major arcana, breakdown of the arcana stages. We have all of the cards and their meanings. We have the minor arcana. We have the four suits and what they mean. We have the court cards. Okay, I made some progress today. I'm actually really proud of myself. Done a lot. Done a lot today. Mm. God damn it. I just come when I have the time. What was the other question? I don't remember. I don't remember. I'm so sorry. I really don't remember. I really don't. I apologize. I'm sorry. I don't remember anything. Like, honestly, I have had a really bad day. I'm not gonna lie. No, I know nobody gives a fuck and nobody cares about your problems, but I have had a really rough day. It's been rough. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Today's been weird. Okay, bitch. Like, it's been weird. I'm not gonna lie. It's been very weird. Just everything from like the kids to the private life to an old friend to fucking some weird bitch on the internet. Like I just fucking can't, dude. It's just the weirdest day. Oh my God, how strange. How strange. My life is so weird sometimes. I hope you guys have had a good day though. This week has been a little rough already. Are you guys feeling that or is that just me? Something about a song. Oh, I was talking to Vanessa. Of course we care. Well, thanks. But I don't like to be one of those people that's like, oh God, maybe we're like, you know what I mean? Like I feel like people come to me with their problems. It shouldn't be the other way around. But I don't like this week. I really don't like this week. Not into it. It's not sexy, not cute, just not into it. Not into it at all. I'm ready for it to be over, quite frankly. Ready for it to be over. Okay. You know what? I love that I'm a perfectionist, but I hate that I'm a perfectionist. Everything has to be so even and right in the middle, and they all have to be the exact same measurements. I just can't with that shit. It has been a weird week, but odd is interesting. No, odd is not interesting. I am ready. I'm ready for the era where I can just, things are not odd and things don't feel like a fucking Dr. Seuss novel or I'm ready to just chill out. You know what I'm saying? It's okay to vent. Oh, thanks. Well, I'm not gonna vent. I mean, the stuff I want to that I could vent about, I can't. I wouldn't say in public. So I'm just gonna shut the fuck up and give it to myself. I'm hating my new apartment. So all the ways, really? You're not happy with where you moved? Shut up. I'd be so mad. What's up, Guera? Carmen, I think you're on the wrong account. I think you're, well, whoopsie. Sorry, maybe I shouldn't have called that out. I'm not really sure. But sorry. Mm-mm-mm-mm. What do you not like about it? I mean, I feel like you already had such a shitty move in there with everybody being drunk. You know, like where do you go after that, honestly? I'm so sorry. Okay, what's next? Okay, tarot. I had to have AI recreate the Rider-Waite tarot for me, like how it looks. Because obviously like traditional Rider Waite has like the symbolism in it and stuff, and she's actually like kind of good. She actually like, is doing a pretty good job. Like, okay, she's got the black cat, although the black cat looks like it's missing a head. So AI needs to get it together. But other than that, it's actually pretty damn good. Like, let's see if I can show you. Like, look at this. Because I'm creating my little private tarot lessons. Check this out. Hold on. Look how they're actually really, really good. One sec. Where is it? There it is. Look at that. Hold on. Look at that Ace of Swords. You know what I'm saying? That's pretty good. She recreated that. I was like, damn, girl. Okay, don't hurt him. What's up, Carmelita? I was like, damn, she was on the wrong account. You know what's so funny? Poet did that the other day. Poet came in here on his real name. It's like Carlos Santiago. And he's like, hey, bitch. And I'm like, honey, you're on the wrong account. It's beyond disgusting. Really? Your apartment is? So many reasons, but for sure, one of the biggest is the bathtub backflowing into itself. No. Oh my God. We all have multiple YouTube accounts. Giggle. What is that about? What does that mean? Is that supposed to be like some weird innuendo? Yeah, when I moved in here, I moved in this apartment and I was like a very impulsive move, right? I was very quick to move in here because I just needed to be somewhere. I needed to settle. I was getting anxiety. I was overthinking shit. Okay. And I came in here. First of all, the apartment that they showed me was gorgeous. The apartment that I moved into, okay. So, like, how long ago did the crystal meth lab get moved out? I came in here, there was paint, ripped paint off the walls. It smelled like cigarettes. I don't smoke. It smelled like cat piss. There is a hole. There's still a hole like under the sink in the bathroom. The pipes were totally dirty under the sink and it was molding. I literally hung a towel on the towel rack and it fell. Like it literally fell down. Like it crumbled on the floor. What's going on? Are you guys drunk? Did you know that I was moving in today? Who was just in here? Do your maintenance people like take breaks in here and like have sex and smoke cigarettes and drink tequila and piss on the floor? Because that's what it smells like. Absolutely disgusting. So weird. And then like one day I come home and like the door outside on my little patio that goes to like the water heater and where my internet is totally smashed off the handle. Smashed, like the handle smashed off. Who's trying to get in my water heater closet? That's so bizarre to me. What is going on? Without an accent, I'm impressed. You're impressed, but you're not surprised. Let's be honest. Do you want it to be weird, V? Just stated a fact that I also have accounts. Do I want it to be weird? No, but everything usually is weird in my life, so I'm always suspecting the worst. Okay. God damn it, what is this? RLF Lesbian Community Meetup. Oh, I remember that when I joined that. Oh my God. Wait, Sunday, Monday, Moon in Gemini. What is going on astrologically today? That's what I want to see because what is happening? Today's astrology transits. Well, don't. It's not that deep. Okay, thank you. Lilith square Pluto. Okay. Well, I'm not gonna lie, that's pretty gnarly. That's pretty gross. Lilith Square Pluto isn't my favorite. Boombastic, what's up? Just turned lesbian meetups. I'm like, huh? Yeah, I joined like a lesbian meetup a long time ago, like on this group community thing. Although I'm bi and not gay, but I'll be honest, they don't have a good gay community out here. It's like all the gay people hide in like one little area, but it's not, no, there's not a gay thing here. It's like there's some places that are gay friendly, but they're not, no. How much for a short reading? Like a super chat question? Just click the link where it says super chat rules. It's the pinned comment. Whereas here, the place. I hated it there because of that. Yeah. Yeah, it was gross. It's very hidden these days. Yeah, I still found ladies though. Well, I mean, it's not hard, but usually my type is a straight married woman who like wants to try her hand, you know? And so I always called myself the bridge. I was always the bridge into like lesbo or bisexual land. And then, you know, but I have to like I'm just the bridge. Like they walk over me to get to the other side and they're like, "Oh my God, I figured it out. I'm bi." Right. That's tiring. I never like groups like that for dating or meetup. I like to think a connection has to go organically. Well, I mean, I think that even though it's a meetup, it can still go organically. It's just going to go more organically with one person than the entire lot, right? But I'm so specific and I need a very specific kind of person that doesn't feel draining to me. Usually, when I'm hanging around people, I get really tired, unless it's like a certain type of person. And I can't really understand what kind of person that is, but I'm very particular. I found me a little crazy Navy chick. Underdog, you know, let's get real, honey. When are you going to settle down with a nice young lady? You know, when are you going to find somebody that is your match and not somebody that is something? You know, I feel like you are on mushrooms when you choose these people. I'm like, is she on fucking mushrooms when she's choosing these people, when she's like falling head over heels for these crazy people? Right. But then you have to ask, like, what is this a reflection of? Why do I keep being attracted to this kind of person? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, that can be said for everybody. Right? That can literally be said for fucking everybody. What's up, kiddos? Strong empaths have that V. Oh, yay. I love being an empath. You know what I wish I was? I wish I was apathetic as fuck and I did not care. I wish I was so cold you could touch me and your finger would fall off. That's what I wish. It would be so much easier for me. And I guarantee you, I would be at the top of my game because I wouldn't care. That would be fabulous. Thank you so much, Geek Easy. I really appreciate that. Did you have a question or was that just a donation? Thank you for the love. They present normal. Thank you, Lori. Lori's on top of it, honey. You know what, Lori, I didn't appreciate your comment yesterday. Someone's like, how old is she? And you were like, old enough to know better. And I felt very attacked because I have a guilty conscience about it triggered my guilty conscience. And I'm like, oh. And then I started thinking about all the mistakes that I've been making, like literally just this week. And this week started 3 days ago. And I'm like, wow, you know? And then my movie's doing like a playback of the movie, like the movie that is my life for this week, just started doing a playback like just a reel on a projector in my fucking head and I'm like, "Oh, yeah, I am old enough to know better," you know? And then I start making excuses and I'm like, "Well, you know, I did start drinking when I was 15." And so they say when you start drinking, you become an addict, like you never really grow up from there. And it's like then I saw somebody that made a comment today on my YouTube channel and they're like, "Eating while talking, grow up." And I'm like, "I'm not though." And like you telling me to grow up on my channel is not going to make me grow up on my channel. Like, be so fucking for real. No, just a quick 4 card thing. Okay. Well, let's see what you can kind of expect here. Five of Cups, Six of Wands in reverse. You're ruminating over the thing that didn't happen, the thing that could have happened, the person that coulda, woulda, shoulda, whatever it is. And you're having a hard time focusing on the positive that's right in front of you. And this is happening within the next week. And it's like you don't want to make a public display of it with the Six of Wands reversed. You're not trying to make a public display of it. You're not trying to seek out empathy or sympathy. You're just kind of like suffering in silence. If I'm to be fucking honest, I'm sorry, you know. But there could even be something in regards to the public eye or how you're being perceived in some way that you don't particularly like, or maybe perceived by a certain person, and you're kind of ruminating over it in some way, or you're like, damn, maybe I shouldn't have done that, or maybe I shouldn't have given this person a chance, or maybe I shouldn't have trusted this person. What is this about? The Ten of Swords reversed. Oof. Something that should have been done, or it feels like something that should have been cut out a long time ago. That's what that feels like to me. And you're like, yeah, I fucking know I should have cut that shit out a long time ago, or I should have stopped trying to think about it, or I should have processed it before it got to this point. That's what it feels like to me. Your advice, I want to pull Ace of Cups. Be open to love or be open to creativity, you know? Take care of yourself, take care of your own emotions. I feel like you have a lot of love to give, and I think that because of that, there's a lot of love for you out there. And I think that you are more than capable of being able to attract it to you. And I'm not saying, like, I don't know if you're together with someone or not. It doesn't have to be romantic. It can be whatever. But regardless of whatever it is, you know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of there was this, and I talk about it once in a while. I just never forgot it. I thought it was so profound. There was this short film, and it was this woman, and she kept checking her phone. Like, you see her in the film, she's waking up, she's getting up, she's checking her phone, she's checking to see if somebody's texting her. Then she's like leaving her house, she's checking to see if somebody's texting her. She's at the grocery store, she's checking to see if somebody's texting her, right? She almost gets hit by her car because she's checking to see if blah blah blah. And so then she's like takes the bus somewhere, and then she gets off the bus and she checks her phone, and it shows that the person that's checking her out, not in like a gross way, like, oh, I want to tap that way, like an, oh my God, she's beautiful way. And it was like her husband or like her soulmate, so to speak, and she missed it, or she wasn't paying attention to the signals because she was too focused on something that she should have let go of or stopped focusing on a long time ago. And so what I want to say is, metaphorically, look up from your phone. You know what I mean? Not literally like you're always in your phone, but you know what I mean? Like the metaphor behind that is what I got with that. Thanks a lot, Geek Easy. What's up, Jolanta? Oh, that's a cute name. But yeah, it was a really good short film. But if that's not you, then somebody else may be regretting something around you. Okay. If you're just like, yeah, I just don't care. Maybe it's somebody else. Trying not to be a prickly biatch in real time. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't see that question. Geek Easy. I just saw, no, just a quick 4 card thing, and I just went for it. I'm sorry. So this was super fun. You guys know that my best friend left yesterday and went to the airport, right? So he goes to the airport, and I'm cleaning up after him, right? And I look at my couch. What's up, Jill? I look at my couch, and there are assless underwear. Of course, as you guys know, my best friend is very, very gay. And there are assless underwear tucked in the cushions of my couch. Yeah, tucked in the cushions of my couch. Mm. What were you doing here, buddy? What is going on? Do we need to have a conversation? Why are assless underwear tucked in my couch? Okay. Thank you for that. Never in my life have I ever touched that man's underwear, and like here we are. Yeah. So, that was another weird thing that happened today. Super fun. Although I will say I love this lip gloss that he made. He has a makeup line that he hasn't released yet, and I'm so obsessed with it. I begged him to make this for me for 2 years because it's a pH lip gloss. So it just enhances the color of your natural lips. I love it so much. What? I need to learn to surf. I hate the ocean. The ocean is disgusting. No. I mean, like, it's beautiful to look at. It's nice to look at, like men with muscles, but it's like, if you get too close, something's weird. You know what I mean? Like there's just like talking to a box of rocks, or it's like they're on that roid, you know what I mean? So, like, it's nice to look at from a distance, and then it's like if you talk to them, oh, okay, nothing's going on upstairs. The elevator doesn't go all the way to the top. You know what I mean? It's like it's pretty to look at, but the ocean, you get close enough, and it gets a little scary because what is going on under there? What's happening under there? It's dark, it's weird, it's creepy. It's not for me. I don't like it. Ever since that stingray incident in Hawaii when I was like 12, no thanks. I don't think so. Gross. Not the women I surf with, let me tell you. I'm sure they're lovely, but I'm not going in the ocean. I hate the ocean. It's so scary. I love the ocean. You have to respect it. Oh, yeah, no, like, of course, but it doesn't mean that it doesn't scare me. Like, I could say that I respect God, but it doesn't mean that it's not scary. Like, that thought isn't terrifying. Also, the other would be true. Like, if there was not a God, that would make sense. I'd be like, oh, okay, wow. Like, I respect that because, like, we just created this thing in the sky to like make ourselves feel better about life, to try to, grasp onto some level of hope. But it doesn't mean that that would not be equally as scary, right? No God, if there is not a God, if there is a God, if there's not a God, both are equally as scary to me, right? I feel healed as fuck when I go in there. I try spending 4 years working on it. Work on what? Oh, I just went to your profile, Geek Easy. Are you you're a gamer? Interesting. I think that's what that is. The ocean. Virginia Beach had a lot of seaweed though. Oh, I miss the ocean so much. I have to see the water for mental health reasons. No? Okay. Well, then I'm just gonna shut the fuck up. I'm not really about that. I appreciate being outside. I like going outside to a point, but I prefer being inside. I like being inside when it's raining. I would love to live in a place where it rained like 80% of the time. That would be fun for me because I'm a creative. I'm a deep, deep, deep creative. And all I really want to do is write. I just want to write my stories. I just want to write my stories. That's really what I want to do. I miss SoCal beaches so much. Mm. Lori, the breeze of the ocean is very healing. That's just me as a vampire. I'm just an odd person. I'm weird too. I'm weird too. I know that I look like I probably really like Louis Vuitton, or maybe I look like a whore. I mean, I don't know. I look like the dumb blonde, whatever, but I am really just a big fucking, introverted dick. Not a dick. I mean, what? Wait, why did I say that? I'm just a big introverted weirdo. I don't know why. You know what? That was subconscious. That was subconscious. Listen, that was an accident. Okay, well, there you go, guys. Nature in her whole. Oh yeah, don't get me wrong. I mean, nature is beautiful. I'm not like a big beach guy. I'm not a big beach guy. I'm just really not. Sometimes maybe. I mean, really? Do you guys actually really think I'm a dick? Honestly? Do you really think that? Like, it's okay, be honest. I really want to know if you think I'm a dick. I think I can be very straightforward. Like, I remember somebody, um, like somebody came into Hipsy once and they messaged me and they were obviously paying for the time and they're like, I was like, okay, what would you like me to pull cards on? And they're like, I would like you to pull cards on me and you. And I just responded with, I will not be pulling cards on myself, thank you. But like I feel like that was appropriate for me to say that, right? What's up, Risha? Hi, Alexis. Can you pull cards for my person A's feelings for me and what's her next actions? Absolutely. Let me see. There's a little bit of fear with that chariot reverse. This is like fear bred by insecurity. The chariot in reverse likes to show up either A, when something is forced, or B, when we're too afraid to make a move or we're too afraid to keep going. We're too afraid to move forward. It's cardinal water. So this is like we're driven by our emotions. But when it's in reversed, our emotions are what scares us. And with that four wands in reverse, it can be this feeling of apprehension, or even almost her feeling like she has to keep some space, or there can be a level of insecurity that is making her feel that way. What's making her feel this way? The three of pentacles. It could be in regards to something with a third party, or it could be um in regards to something with work. So maybe work can be affecting the relationship or a third party. A third party doesn't always have to be a person. It can be like work is getting in the way of something. But she can also feel like you guys are not particularly on the same page about a specific thing or about or on how to go about something. What is her next actions? Celestial Weaver, the Justice reversed, the Wands reversed. She's in her power in some ways, but it feels more of an independence. The Celestial Weaver can be about power and manifestation, and you're trying to create something beautiful. But the Justice in reverse there, it makes me wonder if she does think that something is forced or something is imbalanced. And so what I mean by that is, maybe she feels like she's texting you, maybe something simple. Maybe she feels like she's texting you more than you're texting her, or maybe she feels like you love her more than she loves you, or something like that. So there can be an imbalance here. So it's like she's trying to manifest this in some way, or she's trying to create something, but she's having a hard time finding that middle ground within the connection. So she's not making a full on decision, or maybe not one that is of a balanced mindset. But I think that she's trying to manifest something positive for herself within the connection, but she's also not either fully committing, or she's not making a full decision. That five of wands in reverse makes me wonder if she's trying to avoid an argument, or she's trying to avoid some kind of discourse between the two of you. Maybe that's why she's not making a decision right now about something. I want to see what your advice is, because I feel like that's going to tell a little bit more. The 10 of Wands reversed, the Knight of Cups reversed. When it comes to your emotions and this person, try not to make things harder than they need to be. So, any kind of, and I'm not saying that this is what you're doing, this is just the advice. So, any kind of like over defensiveness or biting off more than you can chew within the relationship, making all of her problems your problems, or creating problems where maybe there really aren't any, it's telling you to take a more neutral or balanced approach, in my opinion. So I feel like because the 10 of Wands in reverse can be where we are taking on too much or making something bigger than it needs to be, specifically emotionally with the Knight of Cups in reverse. I feel like if you need to take some space to kind of clear your head, I think that would probably be very beneficial for you. It's telling you also not to force anything as well. Okay. Not saying that you are, just don't try to force her to understand something or force the connection or force some kind of conversation, whatever it is. I feel like a little bit of space might be good, or like I said, if you need to take a walk, whatever it is, to kind of get your thoughts together before bringing something to her. Definitely interesting. Thank you so much. I know I didn't say that right. Reshab. I'm so sorry. I know I didn't say that right, but thank you so much. um Virginia Beach had the best oysters I've ever had. You're disgusting. Oysters are disgusting. Underdog, I love you, but no, that's not working for me, buddy. Oysters are atrocious. They taste like, I'm so sorry, but they taste like boogers. Oh, you're welcome, Rashab. No problem. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you. Thank you for trusting me with your question. It means a lot to me. Um, so you are no, you are not V for a few years now. I did unfollow you a few years back when you were going off too much. You know what? Totally warranted. I absolutely agree with that. There was definitely like somebody I had followed for a while who I still absolutely love to this day, but I kind of had to stop watching because that was like a similar theme that was going on. I don't really watch tarot anymore. It's very few and far between. I hate seafood. I love seafood. I just don't like oysters. I used to go clamming in Oregon. I bet you did. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Oh my God, I'm just joking. But yeah, Oregon has some great seafood. And my grandfather, he owned a restaurant out in North Bend, and he used to always go and get fresh crab. He went fishing and stuff, and he was also a hunter. He had like moose heads and shit like on his wall. It was so weird. Like going in there was like serial killer vibes for sure. But he had a smokehouse thing, so he used to do like smoked salmon. He used to make jerky. Please. Listen, that little crappy shit that you guys buy at the store, the beef jerky. Nothing. It means nothing. Like I had it fresh, baby. I mean, cut right off. Listen, I know PETA's gonna come in here, but like I don't know what to tell you. I was watching Yellowstone, and I don't know if you guys watch Yellowstone, but I was watching Yellowstone, and Kevin Costner, or John, the character, he ends up having to go save his son because there was some big like PETA rally, or they were like fighting for animals or whatever, and like totally warranted. I get it, right? But then he comes over there and he talks to like the leader, and he's like, how long will you go hungry before an animal stops looking cute enough for you to eat it? And I was like, that's so rude. That's so rude. I was like, oh my God. And of course, I couldn't watch Yellowstone with my best friend because he was all about all the men in the tight cowboy pants. Of course. Oh my God. Like the things he was saying, I can't even repeat them out loud. They were heinous and hysterical, quite frankly. I have a Yellowstone sweater. Listen, Beth is life. I love her. And of course, she's a Cancer. Love Cancers. Beautiful. Yeah, I was like, damn, that was a bar. Bars. Like Kevin's got bars. Rude but true. I live in Alaska and I don't hunt, fish, or camp. Really? Oh my God, my ex went to jail there. He like moved to Alaska, and ugh, I'm so not proud to say I dated that person. I've been to Alaska before, but I was really, really young. I remember being on the boat and they were catching fish, and it was really fucking cold, and it was gorgeous. It was absolutely gorgeous. I was really young though. I want to say I was like 6, maybe 5. Underdog, have you ever seen Game of Thrones? Oh my God. Okay. Let me do this. Canva. I don't like fish. I can get food at the store, and camping is just practice for being homeless. I'm sorry, but that is fucking hilarious. You know what? Exactly. Like, why should we be going camping? Like, we're manifesting homelessness, right? That is fucking funny. I am so sorry, but that is hysterical. I'm stealing that. I hope you don't mind, but I'm gonna steal that. Okay. All right. Let's see. Rishab. I hope I said that right. I feel like such an asshole when I don't say someone's name right. Alexis, do you see any future for me with A, if I should move on? And if so, I want to understand what this whole experience has meant for me. You know what? I'm so glad you just said that because I came up with an incredible tarot spread recently and I forgot to write it down and it just made me remember it just now. Hold on, Rashab, 1 second. Bless your heart. Thank you. Hold on. Okay, thank you. All right, let me see. Um, do you see any future for me with A? Let me see. The Three of Cups, the Empress reversed. Can I get one more for that? The Five of Pentacles. Well, Rishab, I mean, the feminine here, which I'm assuming is A, it seems like there can be some self-worth or self-value issues. So there can be times where she is either maybe very overly influenced by her friends with that Three of Cups there. But ultimately, I think that it may end up feeling like something is missing from the connection, or it can be this constant, something is not enough. I am not enough. This is not enough. And it seems like it may even be a partial projection on her part, maybe. The Three of Cups tells me that there can be a reconciliation here if there's been some kind of separation. But it can just be that it's ends up being more of a friendship than anything else. Um, because it doesn't feel like she's showing up as very nurturing or feminine. If anything, she may be overbearing, or she just may almost feel kind of like taking a masculine approach to the relationship, where maybe she's just being, I don't want to say aggressive, but what's the word I'm looking for? Assertive isn't the right word either. It's overbearing. It's overbearing, and I feel like it's coming from a place of lack, and it almost feels like there's something that she feels as though she needs to prove, and I don't know if it's to you or herself, but it feels like just as quickly as it would come together, it would fall apart because we're going from the Three of Cups to the Five of Pentacles. I want to see what this whole experience um meant for you. So once again, Rishab, there's something to say about this biting off more than you can chew or taking on more than you can handle. Okay, so that was kind of like where we saw the Ten of Wands in reverse, where it was sometimes the Ten of Wands in reverse can sometimes be where we're taking on the responsibility of another when it's not really our responsibility to take on. The Two of Pentacles in reverse can say that something is imbalanced here. So we're taking on something and not really, we're either not getting something that we would prefer in return, or it's that something is too chaotic or too confusing to be stable. And I feel like this was more about you sticking to your morals and your values and figuring out what you will or you won't put up with, or even own your own personal things. Did you betray yourself to be with this person? Or did you go against your own values or your own morals, or did you go against your own traditions, or did you go against what you know to be true in order to take on something that maybe you felt like you couldn't take on? And so this seems more like a test of you and your foundation for who you are, what you know, and who you know yourself to be. And that doesn't mean that we can't change, but when it comes to your personal, even personal values can really change, honestly, with experience. But I feel like for you, if the Two of Pentacles in reverse is showing up for what this meant for you, it meant that you're not supposed to take responsibility for something that isn't yours, or you're not supposed to make things harder than they need to be because of XYZ. So I feel like this was supposed to ground you or reground you from where you were. It was supposed to make you go back to the root of who you are and figure out what that means to you. Do you know what I'm saying? The Three of Swords is when you ask if you should move on. I got the Three of Swords. I hate to be that person, right? I hate to be that tarot reader that's not all about the unicorn farts and everything. But honestly, I feel like this is going to lead to more pain, whether that's you causing her pain, you causing her pain. Usually it goes both ways. But I feel like this is a time where we're needing to, I'm not saying it can't be revisited once, somebody grows more or whatever, but the Three of Swords, when you're asking if you should move on, I feel like if you don't, something is going to hurt worse. Do you know what I'm saying? That's not like a threat or anything, but I feel like if you don't, something's going to hurt worse, or the lesson that you're here to learn is going to feel a lot more brutal as opposed to you letting go now. Let me see your just general advice for you, okay? Ace of Pentacles in reverse, Page of Swords, Eight of Swords. You have a choice. The Eight of Swords loves to show up when we think that we're stuck, when we think we don't have enough information, but really we do. We just don't like the options available to us. And I kind of want to say you may be selling yourself short in a way where I feel like there's more opportunity that would be available to you if you were to open yourself up to that. Because I do think that something is a missed opportunity. If I'm going to be completely honest with you, I do feel like something is a missed opportunity. And I kind of also feel like you need to open your mind up to, exploring other options. I'm not necessarily saying love per se, but maybe it's not about that. Maybe it's not about love. Maybe this is a time where something isn't working out romantically. It doesn't mean that it can't in the future, but maybe something isn't necessarily working out romantically, and you're like, you know what, I want to rediscover myself. And then so you get really curious, you start looking online, right? Page of Swords, and you find a retreat that ends up being for you. And then that is how you open up your mind to the new possibilities. You get yourself unstuck. And really, the Eight of Swords is a self-imposed prison. The Eight of Swords is when we open up a prison cell with a key, we walk in, we lock ourselves in there, we throw it in our pocket, and then we forget it's there. And then like, oh my God, somebody let me out. And it's like the call is coming from inside the house. You've had the key the entire time. So I feel like you're not giving yourself enough credit for what you already know. And I feel like you know the answers to the questions that you already ask me. I do. I think that you already know the answers. I think that it may just be like you don't like the decisions you'll have to make based on those answers. So I feel like it's more of a confirmation as opposed to some crazy prediction. You know what I'm saying? But you'll be fine. I just want to say, like, if you're wanting to date, like, look online. Okay, Page of Swords can be like looking online, or it can be saying like start that website. It can be saying take that course that you wanted to take. um did I already say build that website? Yeah. So socialize, network, things like that. That can be kind of the Page of Swords. Get curious, take things more from a more lighthearted approach, because I feel like there's been a lot of heaviness here for you. Thank you so much, Rashab. Sorry, I know that was really long-winded. This is why I like doing the super chats without the all signs, because I'm really able to have enough energy to like give it my all. You know what I mean? We have Christine. Hey, my boyfriend and I had past trust issues, nothing physical. He's now distant while deciding whether to leave the Navy. I trust him, but his confusion makes me anxious. Can you ask for advice on how to handle it? Thanks. Sure, let me see. Well, this is definitely not how you want to handle it. The Queen of Wands in reverse. Okay. The Queen of Wands in reverse can be somebody who loses their shit. Okay. Loses their shit. Um, Gets really jealous, gets angry. Now this is, of course, very extreme. But I think this is really about you remembering who you are. Like, there's a story about Venus and Psyche. Okay. Now, Venus, we all know who Venus is. She's like the most beautiful goddess. She's the most worshipped, the most desired. Everybody wanted her. And some people got her. You know what I mean? But then Psyche came around, which was another goddess, and she ended up getting really jealous of Psyche. And she like ended up going through all of this stuff to try to get revenge on somebody that wasn't even trying to hurt her. And she forgot, at the end of the day, what it really came down to is she forgot who the fuck she was. She forgot her own personal power. She forgot how desired she was. She forgot how smart she was. She forgot her name. She forgot, all because of this. So, like, even if, right, even if, let's say, Psyche was more beautiful than Venus, she was still the most famous for her beauty and her grace and her da 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 in the land. And she was also a war goddess. A lot of people don't talk about Venus that way, but she is. And so I feel like it's remembering who you are. Like, when you're, even if, right, even if this person was cheating on you, okay, it's about remembering who you are and changing your thinking, instead of being like, oh wow, there's something wrong with me because why would he do that? You change your thinking and like, what is wrong with him if he were to do that? That would be insane. I couldn't even imagine cheating on me. And it's not an ego thing. It's a self-esteem thing. It's about not taking somebody else's insecurities and their projected insecurities that end up hurting another person and internalizing them and making them your problem. You know what I mean? Easier said than done. But so I feel like it's telling you to remember who the fuck you are. The King of Swords reversed. A Six of Swords reversed. What are you asking her to do about that? The Seven of Swords reverse. I feel like, okay, if the King of Swords in reverse and the Six of Swords in reverse reminds me of repeated patterns that we're being gaslit about. So, for instance, if let's say that me and you live together, okay, and we're roommates, and I always have an issue with leaving my laundry on the floor. And you end up confronting me about it. I start putting my laundry in the laundry basket, and you're like, great. And we move on from it. And then a month later, you notice that I'm doing it again. And you notice that my laundry's on the floor, and you're like, hey, right? Seven of Swords in reverse. Right. I feel like this can be a sense of honesty, not just a guilty conscience, because the Seven of Swords in reverse can be a confession, but it's just basically a truth being spoken, in my opinion. So I feel like if you come to me with this truth that you need to speak, hey, didn't we have this conversation or whatever about your laundry being on the floor? What laundry on the floor? The laundry that you saw, I didn't used to, I don't know what you mean when I left laundry on the floor. What are you trying that you're gonna be like, what the fuck? So I feel like this is about nipping stuff in the butt as soon as you feel them in a way. And it doesn't have to be violent, it doesn't have to be super confrontational and crazy. It just has to be honest. And so I feel like transparent people are not offended by a transparent people. Transparent people appreciate other transparent people. And they will usually just be like, oh, yeah, like you can look my phone, or yeah, yeah, let's talk about it. Yeah, I did this, whatever. And so if you're being honest about something and you're like, hey, this is an issue, and this is somebody who immediately deflects or tries to gaslight you about the past, right? The laundry on the floor, whatever, that might be a signal for something. So once again, I think that once again, transparent people do not mind transparent people. So don't be afraid to be transparent. And if you feel like this person is getting defensive because there's a request of you to be of because you're requesting this person to be transparent, then there might be something wrong there. Yeah. The high priestess, listen to your gut instincts about things. Like if you can sense so the difference, right? And I say this all the time, but the difference between when it's in your head versus when it's your gut is when it's in your head, it's a non-stop like a hammer, right? It just keeps going. You can't stop thinking about it. Da 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 da. Your intuition is a gentle nudge, phew, like a whisper. Oh, did you see that? Okay, I'm not going to say anything. Right? It's a gentle, and you feel it. That doesn't feel right. Listen to that. Listen to that. Um, when it comes to the Four of Swords in reverse and the Six of Cups, the Four of Swords in reverse, when it's telling you something that you need to do, it can be telling you not to overthink things or get in your head. It can also be telling you when you need to take a fucking load off, okay? Like when you need to relax, when you need to maybe even spend some time alone to kind of get your head right, focus on maybe your talents, gifts, skills, abilities, things like that. Get creative about it. But once again, don't be afraid to open up or have a conversation about something if you're feeling it. And it doesn't mean it has to come from a nasty place. I think that there's love here with that Six of Cups. I really do. And there's some kind of deep connection here that maybe even is a gift in some way, right? Like a gift from God, a gift from the universe, whatever. But it's more about listening to your intuition and remembering who you are. Yeah, the moon again. Because there's also a difference between intuition and then projecting insecurities. And that I think comes more from the mind is the projection of insecurities, which can sometimes be the moon. So it's asking you to listen to the gentle nudge as opposed to like losing your shit or projecting something. So basically, What I did when I was dating this person, if I felt uncomfortable about something, I would say, listen, I'm going to tell you right now that I am going to bring things up as they bother me. And I don't feel like there should be an issue with me asking questions about what you're doing or where you're going or your behavior. Once again, transparent people are not bothered by transparent people. They're not bothered by people who are asking questions. So, you know what I'm saying? So think about it like that. I hope that that helped. Um, Rashab, great reading, Alexis. I talked to the person for a year, but never felt how she feels about me and what's she looking for. Like, why can't she be vulnerable and what's she hiding? I loved her and wished her well, so I left. Oh, I'm so sorry. Wait, let me see. Rashab, and thank you for the wonderful feedback. What is she looking for? Let me see. She's looking for a fighter. Nine of Wands, Nine of Swords. What's up, Chris? How you doing, baby? One second. So, Rashab, what she's looking for, the Nine of Wands is like the wounded warrior. I think that this woman has a lot of anxieties. She may have had a lot of trauma with that Nine of Swords there. And it feels like, I'm not saying she wants somebody to fight her battles, but I think that she wants somebody who is very experienced in regards to life or fighting to get to the top or fighting mini battles or whatever it may be, because she has maybe had to go through that or she doesn't want to go at it alone. So double nine is a very independent, self-assured, wounded warrior, fight to the top, come out on top, lost some battles but won the war kind of vibe. Like that's the kind of, it's moon and Sagittarius. It's moon in Sagittarius. It's I believe the Nine of Swords. Is that Jupiter and Gemini or is that the Ten of Swords? There's so many I can't remember. But I feel like she wants somebody with experience. And that doesn't mean that you don't have experience, but I'm just telling you what she like wants, just generally speaking. Because I feel she has a lot of worries and I feel like she has a lot of noise in her head that she needs somebody who can calm that for her and be that rock in some way. You know what I'm saying? Um, let's see how let's see how she feels about you. Two of Swords in reverse and the Knight of Pentacles. She feels like you're not somebody who strays from hard work or putting in effort or attempting to build something. She feels like you're somebody who's not going to avoid the small problems, avoid putting in the effort. She feels like you will take action, but she may feel like you're very slow to move, or she may feel like you take your time because you want to make sure that you have a strong foundation. Because the Knight of Pentacles, he takes his time with things because he doesn't want to have to go back and do it over. He wants to make sure it's perfect. It's Virgo energy, right? So it's kind of like the perfection kind of vibe. Not bad. Um, why can't she be vulnerable? The Emperor, because she needs an emperor. I'm not saying you're not an emperor, but she wants, because it was interesting that she was showing up as the Empress in reverse. And the Emperor is what she needs to feel comfortable. She needs a fiery person, I think. Because it was like, what is she looking for? And the Nine of Wands comes out. That's fire. That's Moon and Sagittarius. And then it's like, why can't she be vulnerable? Because she needs, I feel, I don't know what this person has been through or what her vibe is or how much shit she's had to deal with in her life or if she just had a lot of trauma. but I feel like she's the type of person who she needs somebody to be able to hold it all for her. Do you know what I mean? So I don't know if she just thought maybe you couldn't do that or she was too afraid to ask. The Two of Cups for what she's hiding. I feel like there's somebody else. I feel like there's somebody else. Because the Two of Cups is like a soulmate love situation. Your advice. Three of Wands reversed. Temperance reversed. I keep getting the same theme for you. The same theme. Biting off more than you can chew. Temperance reversed. It's the same thing in different cards. Like you shouldn't have to crawl across glass to find somebody that loves you, or you shouldn't have to crawl across glass to make somebody love you. I think with the Three of Wands in reverse, this can be like a frustration that you've had because you wanted something a certain way, or you wanted something to happen, or you've been waiting for a while and it's not happening. So it can feel like this energy of you trying to push it or force it in some way while at the same time taking this passive approach. But the energy, it's almost, it's weird because your actions are more passive, but the energy within you is very all consuming. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, have you ever felt like someone really wanted to talk to you, maybe, but they weren't doing it, but you could feel their energy? Like you could feel them waiting for you, or you could feel like that's almost what your energy feels like a little bit. It feels like there's a passive approach that you're taking, and maybe that's because you need to, right? Maybe that's just what you need to do, but it feels imbalanced. It feels like a waiting in vain. It feels like a frustration or an impatience. And I feel like this is telling you good comes to those who wait in some way. But at the same time, if you're waiting for the right time to pursue love, or if you're waiting for the right time to, find peace, we can't always find peace. We have to create it, because if we don't have peace within our minds and our hearts and our souls, it doesn't matter where we go. We can find peace everywhere, but we still have to deal with ourselves. So it's kind of like when people they're like, "Oh, I just want to move and get away from it all." Yeah, but it's not really about your location. Like maybe some things, but what are you bringing with you to the new place? And how is that going to affect your future? You know what I'm saying? So something to kind of think about. Thank you so much, Rashab. Um, Chris, 184. War goddesses and friggin' laundry intuitive thoughts come in, like thoughts that you weren't trying to think. It's crazy. Wait, what happened? What's up, Love Oracle? Oh, Love Oracle, that's so kind. Thank you. I adore you right back. That's so nice to say. You're welcome, Vanessa. Have a good night. Maria. Hi, what's the good coming towards me? Thanks. I love that. Yes, what's the good? Show me only the good coming towards Maria. Okay. Ooh, you may have felt powerless for a while in a situation, or you may have really doubted your own power, or you may have felt like it was stripped from you in some way, maybe your whole life, maybe recently. There's going to be a time within the next few months that I think you're going to regain, reclaim, or refine that power and refine that power. And whatever the self doubt is, you're going to realize that everything that you've needed to re empower yourself, because it does feel like something that was lost, you're going to find it again, but it's going to come directly through you, not through any external source. So maybe you're a writer and you've kind of been lost for a while, and then like you just start writing again and you feel empowered, and then you end up, getting seen on Twitter or something and you get a lot of followers. Maybe it's something else that maybe you end up getting published. Whatever it is, it's a talent, gift, skill, ability that maybe you have been doubting for a while, which has felt disempowering or there was a fear around it, but you're going to gain it through your own self confidence and by doing instead of doubting. Six of Pentacles, the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. If you have felt like things have been stagnant financially, or if you feel like you've been kind of on a merry-go-round for a while, I feel like you're going to get kind of a hand. Like you're going to get a hand. Somebody's going to help you. Somebody's going to uplift you. Somebody's going to help you to move forward. And I feel like it's financial, but it may be something positive in regards to health, work, or money. It's something that maybe it's like a debt you've been stuck on for a while. Maybe it's, who knows, it's something. But you're going to get help from someone or somewhere. Bye, Geeky. You have a good one. Thanks a lot, Maria. I got to take off this damn hoodie, honey. I'm getting hot in here. Let me make sure my yitties ain't showing. Okay, there we go. Okay. Oh, what are y'all talking about? My goodness gracious. All right, let's see. Me, 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 me. Okay, the four suits. Where is that? Ages. What are y'all talking about? A fire? No. God, it's so freaking hot in here. Virginia is so bipolar, dude. Where's my freaking deck? The hell? I really need my damn water. I'm laid up in here like a lazy ass bitch today. My God. A few years ago, ugh, that sounds terrible. E-toile? Okay, let's see. 2025. She looks familiar. I'm still getting over that sick. Okay, I have it saved on my thing. I'll definitely check it out. Oh, Ugh, ugh. Had to come out here and get some orange juice. What's up, baby? I'm going to text you the Wi-Fi password. Good girl. I'm going to text you the Wi-Fi password. It's my good baby. They're good baby. All right, I'm going to text it to you right now. Good God Almighty. Jesus help me. Ollie, I got you. Sorry. That was like weird. I just have to text my daughter something really, really fast. It's a really important. So give me just a second. 1 second, guys. I'm so sorry. 1 second, Ollie. Rashab, why don't you just get a full reading? You could have bought a whole ass reading with all of that, but I got you. No problem. Let me see here. There we go. Oh, oh, that's right. I forgot. Oh my God, I forgot you guys are in my fucking headset with the yakking and the fucking sing. I can't. Oh God, help me. Oh my God. Those AirPods are dangerous, honey. Mm. Okay, Ollie. I'm so sorry, baby. Okay, Ollie. I recently started strong what looks like a whole realm in the dark made from the dark that's iridescent. What? Wait, what? I recently started strong. What looks like a whole realm. Hmm. I'm sorry, can you thanks, Tay. Can you explain what you mean? I don't want to answer the question wrong. Sorry, I'm not trying to be annoying. I just want to make sure I'm not answering the question wrong. Careful, we can't call 911. It's okay, my kids are here. Oh, seeing. Okay, okay. Started seeing what looks like a whole realm in the dark made from iridescent. Where is that leading me? The Nine of Cups, contentment, fulfillment, the thing that you want the most. The Nine of Cups. It's fulfillment. It's trying to lead you to contentment. Strength reversed. It may be trying to show you your weaknesses, which therein lies your strengths. Usually, our weaknesses can be our biggest strengths, but we have to be able to learn how to transmute it, or we have to be able, like, for instance, right? Scariest thing in the world for me was talking in front of people. Okay, I'm a Chiron and Gemini. And now it's my job. You know what I'm saying? And I'm a great writer. Okay. Sorry, this is not a humble channel. But I feel like it may be trying to show you your weakness to lead you to your strength in order to get you what it is that you want. Because the Nine of Cups is about what you want, your sense of contentment, not what everybody else wants, what you want, something you are emotionally invested in or attached to on an individual level. Thanks, darling. Um, Rishab, Alexis, one last question. What can I do to align myself to attract the right energies? Let's see. I feel like this is what you attract. Queen of Pentacles reversed, first of all. The Queen of Pentacles in reverse can be a feminine energy. And there's many different facets of the Queen of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles reversed. The Queen of Pentacles reverse can be many things. She can be someone who is overly dependent on another, financially or otherwise. She can be somebody who doesn't take care of herself, doesn't take care of her health, her wealth, whatever, herself in general. She can also just be somebody who's mean. Um, and she projects her insecurities onto other people. And of course, it doesn't have to be that crazy. It can just be like insecure people. So I feel like that's what it's telling me that you may attract sometimes, or even just somebody who may not have a sense of independence or a strong sense of self-value. And that's what I saw with with the Empress reversed. What's really interesting to me is that I remember how like felt about you. So I feel like in a way that's how she kind of sees you. Somebody who's stable, slow and steady wins the race, doesn't avoid hard work, doesn't avoid putting in the effort. But is that true? Because the Page of Wands reversed, this can be where we are manipulating others or manipulating ourselves in regards to what we're investing in. And it's not like we're confidently doing so. We're investing in something because of an insecurity or because we think that investing in this thing is going to bring us some level of confidence or power, when it's actually the opposite. And then because we're investing from that place, we get upset when it doesn't manifest in the way that we want. So, for instance, if I am wanting a man who provides for me, okay? Um, and instead of being in that energy where, right, where I'm more feminine, where I allow a man to help me, where I allow a man to give to me, I am instead over giving to people, overspending on people, over giving to people. And what do you think that that is going to attract? It's probably going to attract takers, not givers. So if I'm looking for a giver, but I am over giving out of fear, out of a lack of confidence or self worth, then I am likely going to attract vultures, vampires, etc. Right? So, in what way are you doing this? Are you acting out of alignment with what you really want? And where is that coming from? Because it is your actions or even your inactions that's getting you here. And the Seven of Pentacles is usually somebody who's actually not happy with the results. Or it's like, oh God, when is this going to move faster? Or so I feel like it is telling you, and it's interesting because your advice before was another page. And now we have another page, which is more potent. It's more pure, it's more light-hearted. It's a more light-hearted approach. It's open, it's curious, instead of feeling like we're needing to overdo it in some way. So I feel like taking that approach. Let me see what else. Wow, Eight of Pentacles. I love that. I love the Eight of Pentacles. The Four of Cups, the Queen of Cups reversed. Trust. Yeah, there we go. Trust has to be built over time. And that can be trust that you're trying to earn, whether it's with another person or yourself. But trust can be broken, everything can be shattered like that. And it's going to take you patience. It's going to take hard work. The Eight of Pentacles is about mastery, but it's about mastery of self. It's about somebody who doesn't just have high standards for everybody else. They also have high standards for themselves and who they are and their character and how hard they're working on their mind, body, soul, spirit, whatever it is. And so it's telling you, let's say that you have a high standard for yourself, but maybe you don't have such a high standard for other people, right? That's not going to work. It's telling you that you have to have a high standard in every facet of life in some way. Now, obviously, nobody's perfect. And it's telling you that instead of being disgruntled or upset or upset because love didn't work out or whatever, it may be asking like, well, what is it about you that you think that you could master? What in your life? Do you need better routines? So what I want to say with this, for instance, like if you I don't drink, okay? I don't drink alcohol. Now imagine I go to bars every weekend looking for a guy or a girl because I'm bi, right? What if I do that every weekend? Well, that's not going to make much sense. Why would I, who very much appreciates being alcohol free, be looking for a life partner in a bar? Wouldn't make sense, would it? So, where are you putting yourself or whom are you surrounding yourself with? What are your routines like, right? If I want to be a CEO, I can't be waking up at noon, going to bed at 4 o'clock in the morning and thinking like, oh yeah, this is going to be it, right? Unless I'm like the CEO of a strip club, right? So it's kind of asking you, what is it about your everyday life that you can change that can get you out of this disappointing scenario? Because I feel like there's even some trust that you're needing to build with yourself in this regard. Excuse me. And let me get you advice. Ace of Swords reversed, the Two of Wands, and the Fool reversed. Okay. No, come back. What just happened? Okay, there we go. I really think that so it's interesting that now we have the Fool reversed here. Okay. The Ace of Swords in reverse can represent a lack of clarity. And we're needing to be honest with ourselves. We're needing to find out our own personal truth. But your own personal truth is on the other side of the door that you're afraid to open. Your personal truth is based on the comfort zone that you're staying in right now. And if you want that to be your truth, then you can keep choosing that door. But if you want to explore a new truth, if you want a new reality for yourself, you have to pick a different door. You have to break the mold. You have to break out of the way that you've been doing something. You have to decide different. You have to choose different. You have to want different. And if you truly want different, you must be different. And that's going to take mastery, patience, and a more lighthearted approach and spirit. Don't walk around with that backpack full of bricks everywhere you go. You know what I mean? Thank you so much. Mm. Thanks, Lori. Thank you so much. Is this okay? Where my freaking cards are. Um, Matthias' feelings and future of this relationship. Okay. Okay, she fixed it. Okay, cool. Thanks, Kay. I appreciate that. All right, let me see. Let me see the feelings. Death reversed. There may be some changes that this person, Matthias, needs to make, but they're maybe having a hard time making them for whatever reason. It could be because of fear. It could be because they're stuck in their ways. It could be even because of stubbornness. But the death in reverse can also be somebody who is having a hard time letting go of a person. And so I feel like if that's the case, then that would be you. The future of this relationship. The Knight of Wands. Okay, well, the Knight of Wands isn't bad. It's not like a king or an emperor or something, but it's not a page. Although I don't think there's anything wrong with the pages either, quite frankly. But the Knight of Wands is more of an easygoing, fun, we're telling jokes, we're having a good time. It's not really like a super committal energy. It's not super serious. It is fun and passionate and exciting, good for the bedroom, you know what I mean? But it's not bad. It doesn't mean that it can't be something else. But right now, unless there's some change or evolution that takes place, it's gonna kind of stay where it is. Because I feel like that death in reverse is what is stopping that Knight of Wands from being a King of Wands or a King of Pentacles or a King of Cups or whatever. Thanks a lot, Kay. Ollie, can you tell me if there is anything in the future with R? Queen of Swords reversed. The Seven of Cups. Ugh. The Queen of Swords in reverse next to the Seven of Cups makes me think of a feminine energy losing their mind because they don't know what's what, or a feminine energy losing her mind because she feels like she doesn't know what her choices are, or she's living in Fantasyland or Deluluville, or you know she um is more infatuated or can't see the forest for the trees kind of thing. So it feels more of like a fantasy, but it's almost like, and I feel like you're the Queen of Swords in reverse, but there's almost an illogical approach that you may end up taking towards this that may end up causing you to make illogical decisions and will probably cause you some mental health issues, if I'm going to be honest. So I don't know what that means. I don't know if it's just this is more of a fantasy or a thought, or if this can be a reality, but it doesn't seem to be very grounded. It seems to be a lot of smoke and mirrors, or we're needing more of a realistic approach to it and to make decisions based on our own personal wisdom and experience. So, I mean, I think it could be good for like intimacy, you know? Okay, Valeria, I understand that you want out. Relax. Sorry, hold on. Okay, you can go. Thank you. I have to pee. Let me take out these damn headphones so nobody hears me this time. What's up, energy? Oh my God, Geeky Z. Geeky Z, I thought you had to leave. I mean, I'm not mad. You can definitely stay. Oh, God. For a day anyway. Ugh, God, the worst. I'm sorry. What's going on, Michaela? It's nice to see you, honey. Tiger, white tiger tantra. What is that? I'm back. Welcome back. I'm sorry. Somebody asked me, been single and celibate for 15 years, starting to get annoying. Oh no. Um, I know Donna asked me another question. I can't. Do you prefer women more or men more, or is it equal? I love the tenderness. I feel like they both bring their own qualities. Like, I love the emotional intelligence of a woman and the emotional maturity of a woman. I think that that is so attractive. I think emotional maturity for me is like really up there in standard, like something that I desire. Not saying I'm perfect, okay? But I love the emotional maturity of a woman most of the time. And I love how they look. I'm also attracted to men though as well. I'm physically attracted to men. But I'm also physically attracted to women. I don't know. You know what I think it is? I don't think that I have had enough feminine relationships in my life. I feel like every time I've been dating someone, a guy was always waiting around the corner, waiting for it to end so they could get a chance. Like I feel like I've almost never been single, you know? It was always some guy like waiting to get their chance. And that's not me trying to be like, oh, I'm the shit. No, like that was just how it was. Like some guy was always waiting for me to break up with somebody else or for them to break up with me or whatever so they could have a chance. And some of them weren't even trying to wait for the breakup. They were trying to do it while I was in a relationship. So I just feel like I never got a chance to really breathe. And honestly, there wasn't like with where I've been, there wasn't like a huge community for me to be able to like explore that either, or for me to find a woman that I was attracted to physically and that was not straight and married. Do you know what I'm saying? Oh, that's what's up, Michaela. Good for you. Had to answer the door, package delivery. Gotcha. It's hard to find someone with morals. Well, I don't know if that's it. Men do that. It's really just stuff. They don't take women on women relationships seriously. No, they don't. A lot of the times they don't. Good morals anymore, Zen. That is what I mean now. This is the longest I've been single, 4 years. I honestly love it. The longest I've been single is 2 years. And that was just recently. That was just recently, but I've been in love. I wrote on my Where Dead Flowers Bloom channel. There was a poem I wrote called Burn, and I used AI to say the poem because I just kind of suck at reading it. But I used AI to do it, and it starts off with, I've been in love my whole life. And that's why I said I've been in love my whole life. Oh, what did I say? What did I say? Let me look it up. Now it's going to drive me crazy. Something never quite crawling out. I don't remember. It was a long time ago I wrote it. Let me go find it. Here it is. There we go. I've been in love my whole life, always falling, never quite crawling out. Here it is. If you guys want to go watch it, I edited the video and it's my own poetry, but you can check it out if you haven't. Most of you guys have seen it, but yeah, I wrote that because of that, because I felt like somebody was always waiting around the corner to fucking steal me or scoop me up or prey on me in some weird, creepy way. I've been single 6 years now, but a lot of whatever the hell situations. Oh, honey. What in the damn hell, Geek Easy? Listen, buddy, we don't need to know what kind of crazy shit you're into, okay? I miss cuddling and kissing so much. My favorite things. I'm sorry. I'm almost 43 and you've never been in love before? Ugh, it's the drug of the gods. Love is the drug of the gods. Ooh, I like that. I need to write that down. Dated had never been in love before too, and he was 50. Damn. What the hell is a neophyte? I'm always in love, sometimes with multiples. Oh, Jesus Christ, girl. What the hell? Why? There was a love drug song I'm almost hearing. What do you mean? What I just said? I don't know. I just came up with that right now. Is that in a song? Because if so, I didn't know that. I unknowingly copied it if that's the case. A beginner. But yeah, I think that that is probably the case for most women. Some put up such boundaries and or blinders to love. Well, I mean, isn't this such a great conversation to be having when Venus is about to conjunct Neptune and Aries? Pretty interesting, right? I don't like Venus Neptune transits, personally. I really don't like it. Don't like it at all. Could definitely do without it. I don't think I've ever had one positive Venus conjunct Neptune transit, honestly. you know and maybe it's because it's been in Neptune for the past 15 years or whatever it is. I mean, it's been in Pisces the past 15 years or whatever, but like this is going to be the first time where Neptune is in Aries and Venus conjuncts it. It's going to be the first time. And I'm really getting a sense of impulsion, running right head first into an ocean full of sharks. That's what it feels like to me. Love in relationships is kind of exhausting sometimes. Almost never been single either since I was 20. And question if that's truly my ongoing problem, 33 now. I have my chart ruler, which is Venus and Scorpio in the seventh house. So I am so much defined by my relationships, unfortunately. And they're so important to me that all I've ever wanted was to love and be loved. And watching Yellowstone, I don't know if you guys have seen Yellowstone, Underdog, I know you have, but I started watching Yellowstone. And there's this particular character named Jamie, and his entire life is about validation. And he didn't have a lot of parental love growing up, and he doesn't know who he is. And, this, that, and I don't want to give it away, but everything that he did was for other people's approval. And I started like thinking, like, and I remember being like, oh God, I hate that guy. I hate that guy. I hate that guy. Like, he's so just fucking disgusting. Right. And then I'm like, I'm kind of that guy. Like, my whole life has kind of been that way. And I was just like, wow, I am the character in the story that I despise. And honestly, watching Yellowstone, I don't like fucking nobody asked this question. Nobody fucking asked, bitch. But I was watching that and I was like, I do not like that about myself. And it was way worse. Like it was way worse. Like I would literally just say things and go along with things because like I thought it was going to be cool, or that meant that maybe I would get a sense of validation from this person, or maybe they would like me better. And that comes from such a deep fucking wound, right? That comes from such a deep, visceral, soul wrenching, gutting wound. So that was a big reality check for myself. Bye, underdog. Have a good one. I love Yellowstone. I got to go work on the show last year in Montana. Oh my God, you're so lucky. Are you kidding me? That's so awesome. Me too. Venus at 29 degrees. Oh, that anoretic degree is a bitch, baby. I am so sorry. And conjunct Uranus. Oh my God. I had that in synastry with someone. That was difficult. It's easy for people like you to get people interested. It's a bit more difficult for people like me or just me. Oh, I'm sorry. I promise it does have its shitty parts to it. Okay. I know. He's like, shut the fuck up. I've been hurt by everyone in my life. Everyone has betrayed me. So yeah, I am super jaded. But like you don't have to live there, you know? You don't have to live there. And I think that I'm a big feeler. I'm very emotional. I'm very sensitive, very, very sensitive, very, very emotional. And I am just always so forgiving and da 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 da. And I'm not trying to sound like some fucking martyr. I probably sound like that, but honestly, watching Yellowstone and watching Beth, I was like, that is who I need to become. Not to that extent, but my North Node is in Aries, and I was just watching her, and I'm like, this is what the North Node in Aries is, you know. And so I think that once you get out of that mentality of, and I know it's difficult because I'm there. I'm there. I've also been hurt by everyone in my life. I've been betrayed by everyone in my life. And the thing is you will be betrayed by everyone in your life. But you have to decide who's worth it and who's not, who's worth forgiving and who's not, who's worth your time and who's not, and who's wasting it. And if you view it as a waste, then that means that you've essentially learned nothing. And so you have to get your head out of your hands and use your own hands to pull yourself up out of that self-deprecating, sad, jaded fucking well that you're wading around in, and pull yourself up and start putting up boundaries and heal and become more assertive and become more aware and even defiant to an extent. Break your own rules, the rules that you subconsciously have made for yourself that aren't actually serving you. They're not even rules, they're just betrayals of self. I still don't understand why they shit on Jamie so hardcore all the time. Yeah, he made some big mistakes, but he was a kid back then. The unrelenting hatred of Jamie is really bizarre to me. I disagree because, like, I don't want to give shit away. So if you guys don't want me to spoil it for you, okay? Like, cover your ears, okay? I'm going to talk about it in three, two, one. Mute me if you must. Yeah, Jamie sterilized his sister, got his sister knowingly sterilized, okay, when she was a young teenager. Then proceeded to strangle a reporter in the middle of the woods and kill her. Um, where I'm at right now, he has not told anybody that he knows that his own biological father is the one that created that fucking shootout. Like, I'm over Jamie. I am. And it's not that I hate Jamie, but I'm like, I look at him and I just look at a little boy who has such a deep wound because he doesn't understand who he is. And he needs that validation. He needs somebody to tell him who he is. And when somebody has an unstable sense of who they are and their sense of self, that is probably the most dangerous person because it means that they can go any which way the wind fucking blows them. It means that they can be easily persuaded by anybody to do anything. It's that naivety. And that comes from having a weak sense of self. And I'm rooting for him. I'm like, you know what? He's gonna get it. Like he's gonna he's gonna get it, right? Like I have with all my exes. He's gonna change. I can change him, right? Whatever the fuck. But I'm holding out for him. I am. But he is also a Virgo male in real life. So, it's kind of a whoopsie daisies there. Michaela, I feel like I'm such a detached lover girl, Cancer moon and rising, Aries, Venus, and Neptune, Uranus in my seventh house. I know God was giggling when, oh, I just know you are a sight to hold. I think the way the show, Michael says, I think the way they showed that they love me is by leaving me the kids and they were gone. Yeah, Michael, I saw your comments earlier when you came in and you were like, men love forever, women only love until the divorce. And I understand that you clearly went through something that was very heart-shattering for you, but I promise you it's not all like that. I think that you had a really shitty experience. And I think that it has also jaded you and probably made you very angry and upset. But I assure you, that that's not going to be forever. We got to the ranch, and the guy I was seeing at the time drives for all the actors and works on all the vehicles. That's what he does. It was an amazing time that deserves an Emmy. I've always said that she has not won one single year, and she gives every performance her all. Oh my God. Right. First of all, that's awesome. Secondly, Katie, when she was in like the glass office or whatever and getting her ass beat, let me see it. Let me see what God has made you suffer with your entire life or whatever. Talking about his little dick or whatever. It's talking. But I agree, Katie. Oh my God, you say Rolo from freaking Vikings? Oh my God, why did I forget about freaking Rolo? Fucking yeah, it does sound like Rolo though, doesn't it? That's how I look at people. I love some of the worst people. I definitely have loved a lot of monsters. I always end up seducing the monster under the bed. You know what I mean? I'm still over here rewatching Vikings. I don't know if it ever got an Emmy, but damn, it's good storytelling, especially about relationships, who we love, and repercussions. So many dynamics. Tay, I'm obsessed. I wanted to get, I know some people think this is controversial, but I wanted to get Ivar the Boneless tatted on me. I already have Daenerys Targaryen here. I'd have to get Ivar here. Then I'd have a damn Venusian body. I already do. No, I'm just kidding. So I'd have, I'm just joking. So I'd have Danny here, who's a Libra in real life, and then Ivar is a Taurus in real life. Women are supposed to hold their men up as we are to cover them. I don't know what that means. Oh, I love Cancer placements energy. Katie, overall, the show is so good, and Beth is a nut job. She's absolutely my favorite character, and I think the most talented actress on the. Oh yeah, 100%. There's no doubt about that. I used to want to be an actress. Listen, I go through phases with Ivar where I'm like, you absolute menace, but also you're justified. Well, I mean, once again, we go back to a kind of character whom um doesn't have a sense of self or, feels like and I mean he does physically, but there's a impairment or there's something missing, and so he feels like he has to overcompensate in some way, or and so I like that kind of character in a way, um who, despite their circumstances, they come out on the other side. I also like, my favorite characters in shows are always the ones that have to do the hardest thing that may not be the most liked decision. I love that. Like, I loved Rick in The Walking Dead. He was my favorite. Not just because he was hot either. Ragnar is so fine. I wasn't really into Ragnar like that. I was more into Lagatha. I was a little bit more into Lagatha. I was like, yeah, she was too cute. She was too damn cute. Like when she was trying to seduce that priest and she showed a little bit of ankle, I was like, you are so cute, please. Tyrion, oh my God, I love Tyrion. He's a lot like me. Yeah, I love Tyrion. Tyrion's fabulous. I also loved Jorah. You don't understand how hard I cried when he passed. Really, Zen? Yeah, I've heard some of that stuff, Zenergy. I've heard like your Vedic chart is like your highest, whatever. I don't know. I don't want to be an Aries rising, Aries moon. So go by tropical. Yeah, Lagatha is, she was beautiful. Absolutely. Ragnar is high. Oh, Ragnar is super smart. I loved his character. Wasn't into the cheating, you know. I'm a Venus and Scorpio, after all, but he was great. He was a great character. I loved him and his little bromance with the priest. Oh my God, Lagatha to Astrid, please. Yeah, you know how excited my bisexual ass was when I found out she was messing with ladies. I was like, oh my God, it's a dream come true. In Vedic astrology, my sun and ascendant are in Mula, which is the best beast tamer. Belle from Beauty in the Beast. Oh. What is that? I just found out that I have that asteroid that we just had that new moon in Taurus at 7 degrees was conjunct Hema. I did not realize I have that conjunct my exact ascendant. Hold on, let me find it out. I can't remember what it's about. Is it Hema? Is it Hemira? No, what is it fucking called? Hama? Huma? God damn it. Does anybody know? What's up, World Oracle? I got you. Well, no, new moon, the new moon was on the 27th, at least where I am. It was Hema. Fuck, what was it called? What is it fucking called? Oh my God, this is gonna drive me crazy. Hold on. New moon in Taurus conjunct asteroid Hama. Yes. Was that it? Let me see. No, that's not it. Hamal? Hamal. Hamal. That's what it is. Fixed star. Oh, it's a fixed star. Fixed star Hamal has the spectral class K1 indicating the planetary nature of Mars. It's a yellow star situated in the forehead of the ram and commonly known as the ram's following horn. From Al Hamal, the sheep, symbolically called the death wound and often incorrectly named Al Nath. It causes violence, brutishness, cruelty, and premeditated crime. Yeah, on me, bitch. Oh my God. Definitely on me. Mm. Maul has the qualities of Mars and Saturn together, but Mars is the more dominant. It is a good description of people with this star strong in their horoscopes, headstrong and often aggressive, yet potentially capable leaders and protectors of their community, all qualities of the ram. Hamal is an unfigured star above the head of the ram. It is the nature of Mars and can be indicative of violence. Hamal rules the right side of the neck. Interesting. So yeah, we had the new moon on that, which I'm not, it was conjunct that. It was at 7 degrees. My ascendant in Taurus is at 7 degrees. And I was like, what the hell? I heard an astrologer talking about Hamal, and I was like, what is Hamal? I have that. And then I found out I have it conjunct my ascendant. So weird. Um, World Oracle. How can I liberate myself from oppression, repression, and blocks I may be confined in? Ooh, good question. The Tower reversed. Don't be afraid of the change. Don't be afraid of the letting go. Don't be afraid to kick up dust. Don't be afraid to block people. Don't be afraid to block it out. Don't be afraid to move on. Don't be afraid to crash and let it burn. Don't be afraid to let go. It's the things that you're holding on to that are oppressing you or repressing you. The Ace of Wands. You're here not to allow tower moments to stop you in your tracks. You're not here to be buried under the rubble. You're here to begin again. You're here to be inspired from it and to be inspiring because of it. The oppression is not for nothing. It's to show that you can come out on the other side. It's to show that you can still stand. It's to show that you can be the seed that grows through all of the rubble. For what reason? What is the purpose of that? The King of Wands, to become a leader. You're supposed to be a leader with confidence, a big heart. I feel like it's a part of what makes you so strong or would make you such a great leader is your heart. Whether you're male or female, it doesn't matter. Oh, wait, I know who you are. I feel like an idiot. The world. Damn. You're supposed to be a leader, but it's going to be through hard work, determination, and perseverance. The world is the last out of the 22 major arcana cards. It's Saturnian in nature. It is, I started, I learned, I came, I saw, I got the fucking t shirt, I got the hat, I was on the ride, blah, 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 and I completed. But you have to be willing or allowing of yourself to come out of the other end. Despite the rubble that they whoever they may be has tried to bury you in, you have to grow through it. That's what I feel for you. It's not about suppression or oppression. It's about impression for you. the impression that you are going to make, which I feel like could be really big, but I think that you have to change your perspective. That was a big one. Damn. Oh, thank you, Ollie. Yeah, that was a great question. My part of fortune is the 8 degrees of Taurus. Okay. Yes, World Oracle. Fixed star Hamal at 8. So I thought it was at 7. I looked it up on AstroSeek. Taurus is like Mars. It gives a sense of urgency and a drive to excel and be successful, but it also makes people headstrong, aggressive, violent, cruel, cunning, sadistic, and causes bad morals, perverted taste, relationship problems, brutality, sexual abuse, and premeditated crime. Is it possible that it can be premeditated crime and sexual abuse towards you? 'Cause I don't really think I've had any like premeditated crimes or been a sexual abuser or anything like that, but it's definitely been done to me. I definitely have perverted tastes and relationship problems, though. Eh? Period. Thank you, Lori. I appreciate that. It's pretty crazy. B, do you have an email address? I think and I have an old one for you. I was gonna send you a preview of this painting I've been working on that I took from one of your photographs. I used it for inspo. Oh, really? Yeah, just info at violettaalexis.com. Mm-hmm. Oh my God, he got it. Oh my God, yes. Do you see a future for me with the person on my mind? Let's see. Phoenix reverse. That's not my favorite. Okay. Page of Cups. The Page of Cups is it's love, it's there. It's a little bit of a slippery slope with the Page of Cups, though. It's there and then it's not. It can be a little bit wishy-washy, but it's still a page. But the Phoenix reverse before that, it shows me that something has to change. And there may be a resistance to that change. There may be a resistance to that sense of evolution. It's almost giving me like Peter Pan land. Like we're living in Peter Pan land forever, or something really needs to change, or something maybe has the ability to grow, but there is a refusal to do it because we're living in this like page energy. Do you know what I'm saying? So we're still living in this certain mentality maybe that we've had since the beginning of the relationship, or we know that we need to make this huge evolutionary change or pull, but we're refusing to because we want to stay in this like fun, easygoing energy, or we love each other, yay, but like what else? You know what I'm saying? Or something like that. So it's like there's an admiration here, but something isn't really evolving in the way that it should because of maybe somebody's lack of change or somebody's refusal to see the beauty in front of them or something like that. Thanks, Susu. I appreciate that. All right, you guys, I am going to go. I love you dearly. I love you guys so much. Thanks for hanging out with me and just like kicking back and relaxing. Oh, wait, let me get Divinity really quick. Divinity, what's coming in for me? Let's see. The star. Ooh. You may have an opportunity to share your wisdom in a scenario, or somebody may end up sharing their wisdom with you. There's something that's going to happen. It may come through social media, it may come through a friend, it may come just through something that someone else is sharing with you that brings a lot of hope and healing into your life. The star is a very beautiful energy. The hermit reverse. If you've been kind of, okay. if you've been kind of melancholy, if you've been kind of like isolating yourself, if you've kind of been like doing your own thing, or you've been behind the scenes, or maybe you went through a dark night of the soul, or depression or something like that, and overthinking and anxiety, I feel like you're going to get to a point where you can feel like what it is that you have been through, you can share with another, or you can share with the world, or you can bring your perspective or your healing to the world in some way, or to a person, or to your class if you're a teacher, whatever it is. But essentially, this is a chance to be able to come out of hiding, or come out of this dark night of the soul, or some kind of maybe level of sadness or confusion or whatever it is, and find hope again in a certain direction. You know what I mean? It's very beautiful energy, especially if you've been like an overthinker or have had some like mental stresses or something like that. I really think that you're going to come out of that. Or maybe you'll help somebody do that. It just depends on where you're at. Oh, thank you so much, Ollie. That means the world to me. Bye, Kenneth. You have a lovely night, baby. I love you guys. I'm gonna get out of here. I love you too, Michaela. Please have a good one. Thank you for everything. Lori, of course, thank you. And I will talk to you guys soon. Bye.